Joining me right now, a guy who comes back every single year. His name is on the fund. None other than Charles Woodson. First of all, Charles, man, kudos to you for all the great work you do with this. You know, a lot of people lend their voice, but few lend their time. You do both, man. So I got to say, from the bottom of my heart, we appreciate it.
I appreciate it, man. And, I'm looking for a job right now, but I put that on hold because I'm here this weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's how important it is to me. So it's great to be back.
Yeah, man, you said something last year. We're talking to a broader audience today as we broadcast across Michigan on a huge show. But you talked about the perspective that comes with becoming a father yourself. Just share that with the rest of this new audience that's listening to Charles Woodson. Let them know why this is so important to you.
Yeah, well, I have two young boys, Charles and Chase, and they're healthy young boys. And, there's a lot of people in unfortunate situations, as far as, their child or children are concerned. And their children are not allowed to just do basic little kid stuff. Mm-hmm. And that is something that I think all of the guys that come back, it touches all of us because all of us, we've grown up playing sports, and we've played in the NFL. We played at, the University of Michigan, and we've all been blessed, to play this game. But to grow up being kids and just being able to be kids and do what we love. And there's a lot of kids out there. Everybody knows someone, whether it's a neighbor, a sister or a brother, that has a child that is affected by something that is not allowing them to fulfill their early childhood dreams. And so that's why all of us are here. That's why we come back. Of course, we all come back to see each other, but we all understand the cause and why we're all here.
It's certainly, as I said before, a tremendous undertaking. Put time and money behind it, and right now we're up to $67,000 raised for the Charles Woodson Clinical Research Fund. It is an unbelievable outpouring of support, but still time to get in. CS Mott Children's Hospital has treated a patient on a yearly basis from every county in the state of Michigan. Every single county in the state of Michigan benefits from this gem of a facility, the great care, the great research that goes on inside it, and it goes beyond our state's borders, as I've said all day, reaches to the region, reaches through the country, reaches around the world. CS Mott Children's Hospital, again, 1-800-559-2657, give to mott.org. One of the great benefits of having you guys around to come back and support the programs, we hear you guys recall some of the great stories from your playing days, and we had a lot of great storytellers. Steve Everett is an unbelievable storyteller.
Oh, he's great. I was kind of mad because I wasn't up here on the show with Steve Everett, so I just want you guys to know.
Well,
I'm a little upset by that.
We'll try to make that adjustment. Marcus Ray, great storyteller too.
Oh, yeah, one of the best.
One of the stories he told me about you, Charles, he said, I saw this guy, Charles. He was a great athlete in high school, but I got to tell you, he got to Michigan. He couldn't backpedal.
Yeah.
He could not backpedal at all. You know who was the man in the secondary? That was me. That was me. So, Charles, is it true that you couldn't backpedal when you got to Michigan?
There's some truth to that. When I first got here, very highly recruited, almost every school in the country. And we had just got Vance Bedford. He's our defensive backs coach. And so we got here, and, we're running through some drills. And Vance Bedford walks up to me, and he said, so you supposed to be the best player in the country? Man, you can't even backpedal. And, broke me down from day one. So from that point on, I knew he wasn't impressed by anything he heard about me, and I was going to have to work to get on that field. So that's a true story.
Wow, true story. All right, so Lloyd Carr told us a story as well. You talk about a coach basically breaking you down. You know how it is when young whippersnappers like yourself come through.
Yeah.
The veterans on the team try to test you as well. So Lloyd said, man, I'm in practice. We're going through it, and I got an All-American receiver. And next thing I know, this true freshman he's back there rolling around on the turf with him. So take us through what happened with that All-American receiver that day of Monty Tuma.
Yeah, well, it's practice, and I'm a young corner. Of course, I'm trying to make my name and let everybody know what kind of athlete I really am. And so we're in, practice. We're in team drills, I believe, and me and Monty are matched up. I'm playing man-to-man on him, and I'm up in a press position. And, I had jammed him a couple of times before, and I don't think he really liked that. And so he came off the line one time, man, and he came off just a little too aggressive. And so I had to scoop Monty, man. I had to scoop him up, man, and get him on the ground, man. Like, nah, man, we don't get down like that,
Pride of Fremont, Ohio,
there
right?
There it is, man.
Okay.
So, it happens. It's part of the game.
Well, it's funny though. It's funny how sometimes through adversity, and to fast forward some, and we had so many guys recalling the '97 season, the years of adversity. And Marcus and the guys they said they were calling you guys mediocre leading up to that.
The M.
Yeah.
The M stands for mediocre.
Right. He said, there was internal strife. He said you got old guys doing their thing, young guys doing their thing. But through that adversity, through some of the battles in practice leading up to that season, you guys had some galvanizing moments. So just take us through that time and how the switch was flipped for you guys.
Yeah, it was it's kind of funny, we had a really divided team, so to speak. We had like a bunch of different cliques, within the team. This guy hung with this guy was talking about this guy, and there was a lot of that going on, man. And at times it really almost came down to fights, within the players on the team, and we went through those things. And I think, getting into '97, we were all kind of, at that point, kind of tired of it. We had been hearing so many things about the Michigan program, directed at us, who were the guys on the Michigan team, about the M standing for mediocre. And that really, really touched and bothered everybody on the team. It wasn't that it bothered me or it bothered that guy or that bothered everybody, because that's what they were saying nationally about Michigan, is that the M stands for Michigan. And we know what Michigan was. Michigan had, been to the Rose Bowl, always in the Rose Bowl. And so now we had gone, 95 was supposed to be a great team. We ended up losing 3 or 4 games, whatever it was. 96 was supposed to be a good team. More games lost than we would imagine. And then 97 came around and we're like, wait a minute, man, we got too many good players on this team, and this is Michigan. We got to turn it around. And so I think the level of intensity that particular off season after the 96 season, I mean, there was like a laser-like focus as far as what we needed to accomplish and what we needed to do. And man, we came together like none other, and there was no stopping us then.
Yeah, and the rest, as they say, is history. Yeah. Great insight from Charles Woodson. Here to help support the Charles Woodson Clinical Research Fund at CS Mott Children's Hospital, 1-800-559-2657. Visit givetomott.org. We are live on location at the M-Den on State Street in Ann Arbor. Generous and gracious hosts and other great sponsors. Also brought to you in part by Big George's Home Appliance Mart, Wireless Zone, Pizza House. So many great businesses in the community helping out, but it would not be possible without you folks making the phones ring at 1-800-559-2657, visiting that website at givetomott.org. Make it happen. Let's keep the dollars coming in. Charles, let's fast forward. You've won everywhere. I mean, winner at Fremont Ross Little Giants, University of Michigan, Oakland, Green Bay. You're at this stage of your career. It's fair to say the twilight. You mean you're at the end, but the twilight doesn't mean it's over.
No, it don't mean it's over.
So, Charles, you still have some football left in the tank. So I don't know Martin Mayhew at all. I don't know him.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know Tom Lewan, but I'm curious.
Right.
If the Detroit Lions were to give you a call and were to say, Charles Woodson, you know what, we need you. We need a guy who can play some safety, play some corner, provide unbelievable leadership, show a team that has never won how to win. Would Charles Woodson be open to those type of overtures?
Well, if I make it out of my visit from Oakland, like I just made it out of the visit with Denver, then I'm open. I mean, but
even to the lowly Lions.
Well, here's the thing about the Lions. The Lions have players. They have players. What the Lions haven't been able to do is put it together, you know. And so that winning attitude, you know, and to be able to start those winning ways, it has to start somewhere. So, yeah, would I be open? Sure. But what you have to understand is the position I'm in, being an older guy in the NFL, 36 years old. Last year I broke my collarbone. So I have a couple of those two things working against me. And so NFL teams have you slotted right now, what they're going to pay you and where they're going to make their stand at. And that's fine if that's what's going to happen. But that don't mean I had to accept it.
Right.
So would I be open to playing? Ain't no question. But the business part's got to be right, too.
Right.
And that's just a fact.
Yeah, the dollars got to make sense, right?
Always.
Yeah, the dollars have to make sense. And so does winning. So on the behalf of a better football team, you should go to Baltimore.
This guy.
You got to sneak that in there, huh?
Yeah, you got to get in there, man. This is we are on the huge show across Michigan.
Right.
We got Lions fans listening to this show.
Right. And I have 2 Ravens fans sitting right over there.
I mean, they're mostly Lions fans. We are a downtrodden fan base.
But we're all Michigan fans first.
True.
We're Charles fans first.
True.
We want him to win.
But maybe Charles can be the impetus to that success.
It's the Lions.
Maybe he's the difference.
But it's the Lions.
Charles,
Charles has a lot of pull and a lot of swag.
Have you not made the difference on every team you've been on? Have you not made a difference on every team you've been on?
Oh, no question.
Okay, then.
No question.
There we go. I'm just saying.
I said he's got a lot of swag. It doesn't mean that he's going to help the Lions.
If it works out, I want a commission check. I'm just saying.